びっくりしました。ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much.
フロムソフトウェアのみんな、そしてパートナーであるマンナイナムコの皆さん。
Create the games we want to create and do our best because of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Matan. You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody. Not really. I don't play many video games.
You don't play any at all? Is there any of them your favorite? You got a favorite?
Right, you know, I would say that if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably pick that's one of my favorites.
It's a good game. I've played that a few times.
What game did he say?
You know, I think a couple of years ago, United States passed a law. I think it was something to do with the economy in railroads. They passed a law. I think that it made it illegal for any train to go over 300 miles an hour due to the climate change effects. You know, China had actually disavowed that. Then very soonly after, they actually made a very similar law, and then they went back on their statement. And I think that there was a lot of people started to get into it, because when you asked the actual president at the time, Xi Jinping, he couldn't really give a satisfying response, and he kind of just said that there's people who think that the law should be good, and that's why he made the decision.
Is this just like Bizarro Zerka?
I don't know. I don't see any. What is a recent law passed in the United States that limits the speed limit of trains? I don't think there was a.
I think this was about 8-9 years ago. I think it was right at the end of Obama's term.
Yeah, I don't think this was like a new law that got passed or anything. I haven't heard this before.
Right, so obviously there's that, and then a lot of people will just say that, I don't want to use the common sense logic or anything like that, but can you necessarily prove to me that there's not?
Well, I can't prove a negative, right?
That's not.
If you want to be logical and rational, then we don't ask people to prove negatives. If you're making the claim, then the onus is on you to provide the evidence for such claim, right?
I think for the most part, I would disagree with that. You're saying that we cannot prove a negative, but if we look at other things, I think it's pretty clear to prove a negative. If you say that yesterday I was killing somebody at 8 p.m., obviously that can be disproven. I can show you where I was at 8 p.m., but you can't show me clear evidence, that the governments are not all being controlled by a certain cabal.
Well, but it is your problem, because you're giving me, like, if I were to point to like a specific piece of legislation that I didn't like, I could say, oh, the United States passed the Patriot Act after 9/11, or oh, I don't like that Obama did stuff with healthcare when he passed the Affordable Care Act, or I don't think Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. I don't like. I can name these specific acts. If I'm going to make a claim about a particular act, of course.
Oh, you want the name? I thought I can give you the name as well.
Yeah, what's the name of the law?
The Sharmoni Act.
Can you spell that for me?
S. H. A. R. M-O-N-I. Rambal. And then Act.
Hey, Rambar?
No. S-H-A-R-M-O-N-I and then Act.
I don't know what this is. This isn't in the United States. I don't know what you're.
Wait.
Old enough.
So just a quick response to that. I've been on Neon's stream a couple of days ago. He's a great guy. I wanted to let me come back on and talk to him. I didn't know that I was gonna be talking to a bunch of illiterate people who don't know how to read. But
you're literally 15. What do you know?
Bro, you know how to read?
Yes, I do know how to read.
Name 10 books.
Are you serious?
Yes, 100%. Name 10 books.
Well, I read Game of Thrones. I'm obsessed with the Twilight series.
Called?
Game of Thrones, the
Don't
series?
What's the book called? It's not called Game of Thrones.
Wait, what book did you just say before that?
She's just trying to come up with a bunch of nonsense, and she can't name any actual books.
Let her talk,
Bro, shut up, kid.
Taking my spot.
This is gone.
Right, I read all of that type of stuff. You know, I read all types of books, business books. You know, the Sharman book, the Rabak book, all a bunch of nonsense I'm making up on the spot. But again, clearly,
And what do you think? Do you think you're smarter than these girls? That's why you interrupt them.
you know, I don't really think that you know, for the most part, you know, they've earned my respect to speak. You know, especially when I have something better to say.
We've earned your respect to speak.
Right.
And you believe you're God, right?
That's not really the point.
Bro, but how do you earn our respect?
How do you?
I don't need.
So far, he's not doing a really good job.
I don't really need to earn your respect. I don't think that's the point. You can.
And I don't need to
I
earn.
really want to know, because it seems like y'all have a common ground to agree on about busting it down on the timeline. That's what I want to talk about. How do y'all feel about other girls busting it down on the timeline? I'm talking about getting slop, top, mop, millie, rocked.
That's disgusting, and I think women who do that are embarrassing other women because that's not real women in the community. That's fake, corrupt souls that are not even thinking about their children or their influence in society.
Hold on. I think that it's just the way that you earn money that matters. Here, Angel.
It's the way you live your life.
It's the way you earn money matters, because if you make unlawful money.
What the heck is wrong with you?
The champion of the world.
Don't
Wait,
ever
what?
put nothing over my head, bro.
Wait,
he almost got popped. Like, what's wrong?
The champion of the world.
What did he just do? No, he has something over my.
Bro, all right, bro. What is the Pythagorean theorem?
Oh, since you're so
to
smart.
answer the question?
I want you to answer the question.
Please.
Okay, right. So the Pythagorean theorem is it's a math equation that actually talks about.
No, tell me the exact equation.
Right. You know. Listen.
I
know I interrupted you and you.
One sentence.
Listen, I know I interrupted you and now you feel like you can interrupt me and that's fine, but you know that's usually not something you do, especially when you're
Just answer the
a
question.
really bad guy. Listen, I will explain. You know, the Pythagorean theorem is, you know, a math equation that actually explains the in and outs of the math and how you can go around it. You'll have the 1.5 and you'll have the 2 and the 4.
Oh, okay.
That is. I just explained it.
Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
That's exactly what I
That
just
is
said.
not exactly
It's
what
the
you just
easiest
said.
theorem
What I just said.
in the book to remember. What's pi?
He knows that. 3.14.
You want me to just name the words? Listen, I think we're kind of getting off topic. Can you name 10 books?
Bro, he
He's
can't
going
say
back to
Pythagorean
me.
theorem. That's
Can
fine.
you?
I just
Can
said
you
what Are you the OnlyFans people? Are you asking if we should stone them?
Yes.
You know, I don't know if a punishment like that is necessary. I think that we just need to make some legal restrictions. You know, actually, I mentioned on the podcast that OnlyFans is the leading factor in homeless depression all around the world today.
What do you mean by that? You're saying that OnlyFans are the cause of homeless depression? Can you explain that?
Of course. So, you know, the main problem is that, you know, homeless people obviously don't have the money for a lot of basic necessities such as food and such as water. So things that they don't need, like OnlyFans, and that they cannot have, are just making them feel like lesser people because of their situation. And OnlyFans has actually been proven to be one of the leading factors in homeless depression today.
But how do they even have phones? I didn't know that they had access to Wi-Fi and a credit card to pay for OnlyFans. I would have never guessed. I thought it was fentanyl.
Right, that is the point. They're not able to have it, so it makes them sad.
So they're depressed. Homeless people are depressed because they can't go on OnlyFans?
Right, because they can't afford it. And, you know, if everybody, let's say you go to school and everybody has a sandwich and you have a rock, you know, you're not going to be happy. And the homeless people are made to feel lesser because of the situation.
Okay, and what...
She didn't even actually name a single book. She doesn't know how to read. She's clearly illiterate.
Okay.
He looked like he was from clock your shit. He looked like he was on your ass.
Right.
He looked like if you stay on this mic for like 3 more seconds, he on your ass.
You know, I think one of the main things with him is that, you know, he looked a little bit angry, a little bit frustrated. He probably didn't know the full extent of what was happening. You know, he probably was a little bit confused and angry, but I feel he doesn't speak English from what I've seen because he is a translator. Mm-hmm. But I feel that if he knew that the real message I was spreading was a good one and pro Bill Clinton, he would have probably...
He would have put the award down and not, okay.
I think you can take from that, you know, especially in regard to the Rabbak party.
Right, you know, I would like to say that in general, again, people just are not too knowledgeable on the Rabbak party, and I think the more knowledge, the better, you know, about any topic, unless it's the wrong topic.
Okay, well, you know, my Zayn is on fire, and, you know, there's a Benz Zona in my ass, and I don't know, man, I think it was really great talking to you, and I hope to see lots of widespread success. You know, I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to continue rooting for you, buddy. I hope everything works out for you. Thank you.
Let's go, Pinico!
Hey, the Pinico and a Benzona, motherfuckers. Anybody, have a good time.
Did he just say someone was in his ass?
I think he said there's a dick in his ass in Hebrew.
Yeah, that's okay. We renounce any bad thing he said and anything that he said he put in his butt. Yeah, we don't. I don't speak Espanol, no Italian or you say Hebrew. I don't speak Hebrew. So if he says something crazy, I don't know. But what I do know is you shouldn't be putting stuff up your butt. That's very terrible. Do not do that. And if you do that, do it responsibly.